Amanda Stanionis said some huge words the other day that kind of spoke volumes. A lot of people kind of tiptoed around it recently. I heard a couple of days ago on Boxing Boys, and people didn't really understand what I said, and he said the same thing I said. I mean, it's been going on in boxing for the last 30 years, really the last 5 years. But it's even worse the last 5 years. But it's been going on for the past 30 years. But really, he was just saying that going to somebody else's territory with a unification fight, when you have a belt, someone else has a belt, you're fighting on a different promotional company, different network. You're in somebody else's territory, hometown. It's the risk is not worth the reward because, as we've seen recently, and what's crazy is, and I'm not saying this is just pertaining to Boots because he's not a judge, so he don't got nothing to do with this anyway. But it's crazy how we seen people go fight recently on the zone with Virgil Ortiz and what else? The Oshaki Foster on Top Rank, which nobody cares about because come on, people don't care about it. So, but he got robbed. You know what I'm saying? And that just shows that politics will kick in. But Stanionis was just saying that the 1.5 is not worth the risk. And I've seen Teofimo Lopez just turn down 1.5 against Ryan Garcia, and then turn around and take that same 1.5 with Steve Claggett. And then people will say, "Well, the 1.5, man, we don't get into all them politics, man. The numbers is the numbers. Like, people just start talking about numbers, to be honest with you. And then, to be honest with you, man, like Stanionis was saying, like the money ain't there. It's just not. At 147 right now, a lot of people want to see those weight classes kind of get the moving, some action going. It's only been a year since Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford have fought. People act like it's been 2 or 3 years already. It's been action going on. I mean, all the undisputed fights have came from inside of America until this year. Last year we was doing, and then the year before that, what was it? Canelo Alvarez. Then you had Stephen Fulton go all the way over to Japan. I mean, we've already done it already. If anybody from Philly understand anything, they'll understand that Stephen Fulton took a huge risk going to Japan to go to a fight anyway. Even now, after the fight, it's still a huge risk. And go ask, if you don't believe me, go ask Stephen Fulton. Was that a huge risk? Because if not, why everybody ain't going over to fight anyway with a belt? Now they are, because there's more money getting made since anyway beat Stephen Fulton. Since he's beat Stephen Fulton. But it wasn't a whole bunch of people going over there trying to fight anyway for a belt. But anyway, I tell you, since I fought Stephen Fulton, the bag been coming in. You know what I'm saying? So when people say guys are scared or stuff like that and they don't want to fight, man, it been so many, all the undisputed fights been in America. So I don't understand that conversation. Is that a real conversation? Let's be honest, man. We got guys going up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo. Yeah, but anyways, Stanionis was talking about this whole situation with the 1.5 million, whatever. Hey, everybody promoter. Everybody got a promoter. The promoter said, hey, that ain't good money right now. Not for us. We got a plan. And it is what it is. I mean, these boxers done turned down plenty of money before. It's happened. They turned down money before. I don't know if everybody know it or not, but they ain't signed every deal that's been in their face. I know people will say, well, this is $1 million. They haven't turned down, they've turned down more deals than people didn't realize. Like I just said, Teofimo turned down a few deals. You think people worrying about how many deals he didn't turn down? No, they're not. When you go to somebody else's territory, and Teofimo's not finna go to somebody else's territory. Stanionis is not. That's why, well, Stanionis already fighting in America, so he out of his jurisdiction anyways. But Teofimo wasn't finna go to Australia and fight George Kambosos. For what? When he feel like he the bigger star. So it always kicks in like this. The politics, it happens. They on different networks. These dudes already ain't fighting different people on different networks. Like, let's just get that out of the way first of all. These dudes ain't fighting other people on different networks. It's only a handful of fighters that's going on different networks and fighting people. And I know Anyway just been doing it recently, but it's only a handful of guys that been going around fighting people, different guys on different networks. Going to other networks and fighting them. Now, everybody ain't doing that. And going to their hometown with a belt? Man, that's what I'm saying, man. A lot of this stuff, and I don't want to put Eddie Hearn around it, but anytime somebody has a belt, his fighter has a belt, and somebody else has a belt, he always has to use his leverage. Because these guys he just signed, they really ain't got too many mistakes to make, or even on his end, like he feels like. Whether it's selling tickets, even if he did pay certain fighters, he don't know what the money is he gonna get back. So he's doing a lot of stuff that's going on. And you know, this is just real talk. This ain't got nothing to do with what people wanted to hear about as far as who's ducking who. I mean, at the end of the day, the guys who really are ducking in boxing, that people don't really care about it, to be honest with you. So to talk about some 23-year-old boxer who's ducking, that just shows you that boxing is at an all-time low. We got to figure out if a 23-year-old is ducking for 2 weeks. Not to say Brian Norman ain't a big name. He is, because before that, people weren't saying his name like that. When he got the knockout, I'm like, okay, yeah, he gonna get some buzz now. No, it ain't. It's just now that people got a name to attach with his, and then Stanionis out here like, hey, that ain't enough. Barrios ain't finna take the fight right now over Pacquiao. I don't think anybody would think that's a good idea. So I don't know, man. As far as negotiations and everything, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Everybody ain't gonna accept the same type of money. And right now, the word on the street is 1.5 ain't enough to give up no belt. And these people are first-time champions. This ain't their first, second, third time. They just got the belt. So this their first time being a champion. They haven't defended the belt. They haven't had a hometown fight. Boots had a hometown fight. None of these guys had a hometown fight with their belts or nothing. And they trying to jump in the ring. So, yeah, it's a lot of stuff getting made like that. As far as they trying to make some fights happen, but the price is the price, man. My only question is, if you can't pay these other guys, how y'all gonna pay Terrence Crawford out here? And I've been asking that question for years, you know what I'm saying? Like, how y'all gonna pay Terrence Crawford? And Terrence Crawford always said, you know, if they got the money right, yeah, I'll fight right now. If the money right, they ain't got the money. Yeah, you ain't gonna pay Terrence Crawford. Not the money y'all talking about. Yeah, that's all I got though. Like and subscribe.